quiver, and this Free the Flow video is to support undamming our creativity, specifically a very simple practice for writing. This is being filmed along the full moon in Gemini, and whether you're watching it along this full moon or at any point of the year, what we can glean from the archetype of Gemini is that expansive of ideas, the communication. Gemini is the element of air, and so there can be, with that communication and ideas, sometimes a need to ground it into form. And there's another video I shared to support, along this same full moon in Gemini, a practice of undamming in the body, our hands and wrists. So the other video, I'll put a link on the bottom of this video, supports the freeing up of the fascia, the connective tissue inside our hands and wrists, for all the creative things we want to do. And so this creative practice is writing and going with the old-fashioned pen and paper. And so you may have already heard of the practice of morning pages, and that is a wonderful thing to do. That practices doing free write, 3 pages, just go, let it be the stream of consciousness. And many moons ago, I was teaching a Soma yoga immersion in Seattle, and I had my students do this adaptation of morning pages where we wrote 3 categories, and so I called it the 3 Ds, and it's dump, dream, do. And in that class, we did it within 6 minutes. So each of these categories, just 2 minutes each. So that first category of dump is like the morning pages. You just let anything go that you need to let go of, anything that's just cluttering the mind. Just let your pen go. The second category is dream, which is, what is it that you're dreaming about? And that really allow that to come through during that time. And then the third is do. So it's bringing in specific actions to support the dream, whatever you wrote down in that dream page. And I share this practice now because while we were doing this with the class, one of my students realized that he wanted to go to graduate school, and he actually applied all within the course of that course. And I was just amazed at how fast he got into alignment with what he was wanting to do, what he was wanting to dream up, and that he credited that simple practice of the 3D pages. So really it's like, how do we bring our big ideas, our big dreams, and communicate it through this simple practice into the third dimension, into reality. And so that's why I offer this practice along the energies of the full moon in Gemini. And again, you can do this at any time of the year. And I've been practicing it more than 2 minutes each. You can adapt this. If you're like, I only have 6 minutes, try the 2 minutes for each category. If you have more time, I like to do 5 minutes for each. So 15 minutes, you set the timer, and for the first 5 minutes, just let your pen go. Let go of any of the thoughts that could be bringing, again, the clutter. Because we want to look at what Gemini brings in this full moon, both the light and the shadow of Gemini. The light is that realm of ideas, communication. And with Jupiter being in the sign of Gemini right now, that amplifies this. So there's even more possibilities and ideas and ways that we're communicating. However, if we're not in our alignment, we could be spinning stories. We could be using words in a way that isn't for our highest. And it could be thought forms that are getting in the way, or how the Gemini twins can kind of feel split, and there could be analysis paralysis and what to do and overthinking. And so again, that's why we're bringing this into an embodied practice. Again, there's the other video that accompanies this for the hands and the wrists, to bring in that flow of our creative tools of our hands, and then bringing that into a very tangible creative process that can reveal a lot in a little bit of time. So 3D pages, set your timer. You can do this. I like to do this after I meditate in the morning. You can decide for you when this would be the best time. In the morning's great, because then you can be like, all right, I'm going to let go of all the thought forms that could be distracting me, all that analysis, or all these ideas that are not even ideas of myself or others, that might just be taking up energy inside me. So I just let it go. And then once that's clear on that first page, then there's the dreaming. And here, allow yourself to dream and allow the unfolding of what it is that you're truly desiring. And go big. Again, Jupiter is in Gemini right now. So the bigness, the amplifier of ideas, of communication. And then the do page, this is where we can get specific, and to really bring it into a way that's not overwhelm, is to give, you can go with the amount of time that you're allotting for this. Again, it could be as short as 2 minutes per page, it could be 5 minutes per page. And in the do page, create specific actions that you will take, and then choose one that you'll do that day. So that what we're doing is we're building that trust of accountability of, okay, this one step I am taking toward my dream. So you can look at the dream page, and it doesn't have to be all of the dreams, but it can be a step in that direction. And as I shared with that student, he really got on his path, and I was so happy and celebrated with him, because he didn't know that that's what was missing in his life until he sat down and actually asked himself. And then how quickly things got into alignment for him. And that's really the spirit of this channel. That's the spirit of these videos, is when we free the flow in our body and in our creativity, it starts flowing. And there's a grace and an ease when we come into that alignment. And so may this practice serve you, whether it's along this full moon in Gemini or any time of the year. And I'd love to hear how it goes for you. So feel free to leave any comments below. Share this video if you have other friends that could benefit from this. And I look forward to hearing from you. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and happy writing.